Maybe the third time's the charm. Welcome to the third time I'm trying to do an intro to this video. Thank you so much, everyone, for 500k subs. That is crazy. I just blinked and now we're here. It's crazy to me because I've always looked at 500k subs as the ultimate goal. Like, in my head, I was like, if I can ever reach 500k, then I'm done. Then we're there. Like, don't need anything more than that. I'm just happy, content. I can just play games. Everyone's happy to watch. And now we're here. And it's bizarre. But yeah, thank you so much. For this video, I asked on Twitter what we should do. There was like Q&A, of course. There was a couple things. I already forgot what I asked, but the one that won was 10 things you probably didn't know about me. I did some thinking, I did some hard thinking, and I think I have a good list. I think if you're a long-time viewer, if you've watched me for years, then you probably know most of these things, because I think I've slipped most of these, like just streaming so much and doing so many long videos that, you know, you just end up rambling and you talk about a ton of stuff. I'm sure there's gonna be at least one for every viewer that they were like, oh, I didn't know that. At least that's what I'm hoping. Definitely leave a comment if there's stuff that you're like, what the fuck? I had no idea, because I would like to know. But yeah, I have a list, and I kind of ordered it chronologically in a way. I don't know, because I just like things organized, I guess. So let's just kick off with the first thing that you probably didn't know about me. My family is a pretty big family. Is it? I think nowadays, with current day standards, having 2 older sisters and an older brother is considered more than average, right? Isn't like 2 the average nowadays? I actually don't really know, but I always considered it a big family, especially because both my sisters and my brother also have a boyfriend/girlfriend. When the family gets together, it's 10 people, because 4 kids, 4 boyfriend/girlfriend, and the parents. So I guess that's the thing. I'm the youngest one. I am now 32, which means I have a sister 34, a brother 36, and another sister 38. We're very organized. My 2 older sisters both have, well, actually they have 2 kids and 3 kids. My oldest, very oldest sister now has 3 kids. She just gave birth to another baby. And his name is Leo. Very nice name. He's named after my grandpa. That's something you probably didn't know about my family. I'm so bad at this. I'm so sorry. I always only do gaming videos nowadays. So when it's actually me sitting here, just like talking to the cam, I haven't done this in so long. Gameplays are like my safe zone now. I feel chill doing that. So anything above that kind of makes me anxious. So I've kind of been avoiding this type of content, I think. I think the last one was the last one that I did for 150k subs. Point 2 is that I have heterochromia. I think a lot of people have noticed, but it is one of those things where each time I post a selfie where it's like visible, I always get people like, what the fuck, you have heterochromia? I had no idea. So let me just move the mic so I can come closer to you guys. Can you see it? I hope you can see it. Oh yeah, you can see it. So one is like very dark brown, which is almost black, and then the other one is like a lighter brown. So they're technically still the same color, I guess, but they're different shades of the same color. I don't know if that's how you can say it, but that's a thing. On that note as well, with weird thing that I was born with, have you guys ever noticed, I need to come back again. Oh, here I come. Have you noticed this? Oh shit, my tea. Have you noticed this line here ever? So it extends all the way from the corner of my mouth to the bottom here of my jaw. This is a birthmark. Isn't it a weird one? So the story behind it is I've had it since I was born. I was born with a little line here. And it wasn't until I was, I think, 16, 17 or something like that, teenage years, I went to a dermatologist, that's the word, right? Someone who specializes skincare and stuff. Had them look at it, and they said that it was a very, very rare type of birthmark. And we could try and remove it because there is a chance that as I get older, it starts to grow. So it would get thicker and itchy. There's a small chance that that would happen, so we could have it removed, but at the time they were like, it needs to be removed with a special type of laser, and there was only one place in the Netherlands that did it. So at the time we were like, well, it's fine, so never mind. So yeah, this is a birthmark. Weird, right? It feels almost like the opposite for me. Like as I got older, it gets thinner instead of thicker. So maybe I'm very lucky. Weird things on my face. I can play the piano. Did you know that? I have posted a video on Twitter and Instagram. I think I should still have it so I can put in a little bit of the video here if you guys want it. The video I did was to Xanarkand, Final Fantasy X, because I really like that song on the piano. I haven't played much in recent years. I took lessons when I was in elementary to high school, graduating high school, and then I stopped. And since then I've kind of been playing on my own every now and then, but I've never really like committed to learning new songs, unfortunately. It's definitely a thing that I want to like get more creative with. I want to put more time in it again, and like learn new songs, maybe put up like videos of it as well, just like a piano cover or something, but I don't know. I feel like right now, just the channel being a gaming channel, I'm okay with that. Maybe I'll stick to socials with that kind of stuff. I don't know. This one I think is gonna surprise people. Oh, my thing isn't screen. I have a towel on it. Oh, busted. This is my extra weight for the mic because it's too light otherwise, and then it just goes like whoop. I played handball for a good 8 years. I started playing in elementary, and again until I graduated high school. That's where I stopped because I moved to a different town, etc. for college. But yeah, I was a goalkeeper. So handball, I don't know if you know handball. Maybe we can put in some like snazzy handball footage because not a lot of people know handball. Hopefully we can put in like a little snippet of like a couple seconds of like someone throwing the ball at a goalie. But yeah, that's what I did. I did a team sport. That was fun. It was fun being part of a team. I also did badminton for a couple years, and I did a lot of jogging and a lot of cycling. I was very sporty when I was younger. And then I went to college, and then it just all went to shit, basically. Ooh. I think some people might know this story, but I've only mentioned it twice or 3 times or something, I think. I've been hit by a car when I was younger. When I was 17, I got hit by a car while I was cycling. I got pretty lucky. I did break my collarbone, and they never... this one, actually. They never set it right. We just let the bone heal, so this bone is actually really, like, crumpled. So this one's nice and straight, this collarbone, but this one has like a little bent in it because it broke and then it just healed like that. So there's a little bump here where there's not supposed to be there. I think I can show it with a picture. It's a little bit creepy though, so a little warning. My bike, the whole frame was busted, so I just got a new bike because getting a new bike was cheaper than fixing my old bike. Very Dutch to be hit by a car while cycling. I'm kind of doing them chronologically a little bit. So now we're at the point where after high school, I went to college. Some people might not know, but I think this is a pretty average one, because if you see any of my Japanese playthroughs, you'll know that I am fluent in Japanese. That is because I have a master's degree in Japanese. I got it at Leiden University in the Netherlands. For that program, it took me 6 years to get the master's degree, of which I spent 2 living in Japan. For my master's degree, I did field research into family succession in small Japanese businesses. Stepping into shops and into businesses and just be like, can I ask you a couple questions in Japanese, of course. Basically have a ton of questionnaires, and then from that data I picked a couple more businesses for like in-depth interviews. I think my favorite one was a lady who owned a butcher shop, which is something you don't really see that often in Japan. So it was very interesting to just sit down and have a talk with her. It was a very insightful year in my life, and I learned a lot about how to approach people for the sake of research or business, you know? So it was cool. Obviously, I'm fluent in English and I'm fluent in Dutch because I am Dutch. So fluent in 3 languages. What you call that? Trilingual? I also know some French and German because that's what I got in high school. I also did a minor in Korean, and I have a course, a certificate for basic Mandarin. The 3 main languages, Dutch, English, Japanese, and then all the other languages is like, if I see it, I can usually read and understand what it says, but don't ask me to speak it in any way, because that's like, that ship has sailed. If you've been with the channel for over 2 years, you'll know. I lived in Japan for 7 years, of which 5 years were after I graduated. My boyfriend at the time got a job in Japan, so I went with him. I had a job in Amsterdam actually after I graduated, but I still worked for the same company, just long distance. So everything was online, all the emails, everything, all the communications. I was at meetings just over Skype, etc. And that worked pretty well actually. Oh, this is actually a point in its own, fuck. After I got my master's degree, I got a job as a project manager at a translation agency in Amsterdam. Until pretty recently, I think until like 2017, so like 2012 to 17, about 5 years. I basically was in charge of talking to clients and outsourcing translations to translators. And I also did the QA, the quality assurance checks for Japanese, Chinese, Mandarin, and Korean. I started my channel in 2014. And that did so well that by, I think it was 2017, I like reached a point where I was like, guys, I think my channel is doing well enough. I don't really need any other source of income anymore. I'm gonna focus fully on YouTube/Twitch, and bye. We were on really good terms though. Like, I think all the colleagues and the boss, I like them all. I can see myself, worst case, if this just all disappeared tomorrow, I feel like I could just give them a call and just get back to work, which is really nice. It was a nice time. The next point is about my tattoos, because I have a lot of people always asking to show the ink. Best look at my ink. What people probably don't know is that this entire sleeve is done by one artist. This is his signature, Horifumi, and it was all done in Japan when I lived there. So this entire sleeve is like my relic from my time there. He does like these full body tattoos, and I think you can really tell with the style of the waves and stuff. The leaves were his choice. Great work. Such a good professional. I'm really proud of it. And as you can see, it's all video games. Shadow Colossus, Resident Evil, Stars, Legend of Zelda. These masks are, and this logo is Fatal Frame. I even have a little Overwatch in there. So this is my first couple years on YouTube and in Japan. And then this is all after that. So this is all done in Europe. So we added Silent Hill, Bloodborne, Hunting Ground, but I think I'm gonna replace this one with something else. And these are just for fun. This is all done in Brighton, actually. Yeah, this sleeve is in Brighton. So we have like, my arms are like 2 phases in life, the Japan phase and the Brighton phase. It's nice. You kind of like have stories on you that you can tell to people. I have a point which might surprise some people. I have modeling experience. I did some modeling in Japan. The weirdest one I've done was a commercial for some kind of like wellness center, I would say. I think it was sort of like a wellness center. They had like a fitness area, a restaurant area. And basically my role in the commercial was I was like a news reporter, microphone. I was like a new supporter, and I would like go through the building, and then the entire thing was like, wow, they have fitness. Wow, this food is delicious. That kind of stuff. That was the weirdest one I've ever done, and I've never seen the commercial either. I have no idea what they did with that, and I got paid like $200 for the entire day. I think I have some pictures that I can show you guys. I also did a bridal shoot. I did a catwalk one time, and I did a couple photo shoots for like makeup artists for their portfolio stuff. I didn't do much. The problem was mostly that I was too big. Like literally, I'm too tall. Being 5'10" in Japan, a lot of times like the agency would email me and be like, what are your sizes again? We have a possible job. And then I would come back with like, these are my sizes, this is my height. And they'd be like, oh, sorry, we don't have any clothes that fit you for the shoot, so can't do it. So yeah, you can definitely be too tall as a model as well. I feel like it was a fun experience, and I'm proud of myself that I went through with it, being as introverted and shy as I am. It was definitely great experiences, but it was also very stressful and very outside of my comfort zone. So I wasn't too happy or too sad when I decided, like, you know what, maybe no more work like that and just focus on video games. But yeah, that was it. I hope I was able to shed some more light on who I am as a person, what I've been through in my life. Definitely let me know in the comments what you thought of this video, because it was very awkward for me. I'm so not used to recording these kind of videos anymore. I kind of want to branch out and do some other stuff eventually, but right now I think it's also 2020. I'm just kind of too anxious to really step outside of my comfort zone too much. I'm just happy playing a ton of games and focusing on that for now. But yeah, eventually I have been thinking like it would be fun to maybe do some cooking stuff and try and explore cooking. Piano would be fun. I don't know. There's just some other stuff I could easily branch out to that I'm not doing right now that are definitely in the back of my mind. So maybe someday. But right now, I'm just happy playing games and having you guys with me along the ride. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. I really, really, really appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. And let's move on to another game, shall we?